Going. All right, might want to turn that off. All right, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Here's our man Adam. There he is, coming in from work.
Woohoo!
Morning.
Hi.
So Sylvia is reporting that her arms are feeling good. Hey, maybe not for those exact words, but she says she feels the triceps.
Yeah, my triceps are sore.
Good to hear. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Sounds like you guys had a nice chat about some of your diets and some of your explorations that you guys have been doing with intermittent fasting and whatnot. So it's good to have this community to be able to bounce ideas off each other, what's working, what's not. The people that you're seeing, like what professionals you're talking to, and seeing what's really working for yourself, and how we can help each other along the ways to be our better self. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And so, if you're feeling grouchy because you didn't eat enough food, or maybe your energy levels are low, well, maybe that's just telling us that we have to eat just a little bit more, just to kind of keep us in that more moderate level of energy, mind frame, etc., moods. Big ones to kind of think about, because you don't need to starve to drop a couple of pounds here and there. And so timing is always a big part of it. What time of the day, mornings, evenings, how big of the windows we're creating that gap between for like your eating will always change it too. And some days are different than others. We're not robotic. So sometimes it might be an 8-hour window. Some days it might be a 9-hour window where we just, have to, eat just a little bit earlier, maybe just because the way we're feeling. So, you don't have to kill yourself on it. It's all about being progressing and knowing that you're moving forward into your journey of where you want to be, and you should not beat up on yourself with anything. Just try to figure out how we can be better and how you can make it all work for you. Hopefully that makes sense. With that said, let's all stand up. Let's get moving. We're going to start a little body mobility stuff. And so we're just going to work on pelvic tilt. So we're just tucking the pelvis in, rolling the hips in underneath you, and then we're going to roll the hips back, pushing our butts back, giving ourselves that nice little duck butt, and just tucking the hips and then rolling it back. And that's all you're going to do for now. And just see how that body's feeling, how that low back is responding, how those little muscles are working. As you tuck your hips underneath you and scoop, you'll probably feel your abs fire. As you roll it back, the low back will fire. So it also gives you an idea of what muscle groups are working too at the same time. Just tuck and poke. Right. Do one more of those. Now we're going to root our feet to the ground. Feet go just outside the hips. We're going to push our hips back to a 45-degree angle. And we're going to feel a nice little stretch on the outside of your butt. We're going to come back up. We'll reach, push the hips back, keep the feet rooted to the ground, push your butt back, get a nice little stretch there. And obviously, I'll put my arms out. You don't have to, but some people like that for counterbalance. So stand tall, push the hips back at 45-degree. So you can find a nice stretch out on that glute. Push the hips back, sit into that. We go one more time to each side. Good, standing up nice and tall. We're going to go roll into those nice little hip circles. Pushing those hips as far forward as you can. Rolling it around, back. Might feel a little stretch in the back of those hamstrings. All the way back to the front, and I'm going to reverse it back the other way. One way. Roll back the other way. One way to the front. Denise, welcome back. Hopefully you had some good times with your friends who are visiting town. I like thumbs up. Means you had a good time, I hope. Good. Shake it out real quick. We're gonna bring those shoulders out. Roll one over. Get a little external rotation, internal rotation of one arm. Roll the other side over. Get a nice shoulder shrug. Reach those hands to those walls. You can bend in that spine a little bit if you want. And then switch. Big breath out. Big breath in as you stand up. Big breath out as you roll those shoulders out as far as you can. Bring those towels out. Roll. Extend. Big breath. Big exhale. We'll keep our exhales and inhales to ourselves in here since we have a little bit more people in here. We'll be COVID friendly here. I just hold my breath the whole time. Good. Shake them out. Let's reach up and over. You know, get those nice little S's going on. Feel that nice stretch down those lats. Come back up. Big inhale. Big exhale all the way out. Reach for those walls, opposite direction of yourself. Stand tall. Big breath in. Big breath out. Oh, it's feeling good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Feel those nice stretches down that lateral side of your body. Come back up. Come back over. Excellent. Shake them out. We're going to go to that. Stick them up in 6-shooter. So it's like a standing cat-cow. So we're going to put our hands together. And give a little 6-shooter in our hand. And we're going to push our back out like we're just doing a standing cat-cow. Push it out as far as you can. Then we're going to stick them up, put our hands up. Try to pull our hands to the front of our shoulders. And just opening up that chest. And reach out in front of you. Roll those hips underneath you. Tuck your hips. And then pull the hands back. Push your hips backwards in that duck butt position. And reach. Tuck the hips underneath you. And then pull everything back in. And reach. Pull. One more time. Reach. And pull. And rest. Shake it out. Good. We're gonna go to a standing balancing. Knees gonna go about hip height. Toe comes up. We're gonna reach out for a little stretch in the back of that hamstring. Pull that heel back in. Kick. And then pull. Kick. And pull. Keep going. Pull. One more time. Pull and set that foot down. Let's switch it out. Bring that knee hip height. Kick it. Pull it back in, keeping that toe pointed up towards your nose. We'll go 2 more times there. Last one here. And then rest. Good. Let's go to those little ankle moves. So we're going to do a nice little big circle with the big toe. We'll go 5 times one direction, big circles. We'll go 5 times the other way. And then when you're all done there, you're going to switch it out. Draw big circles with that opposite ankle. And after your 5, you're going to reverse it, go the other way for 5. By the way, you're going to want your weights and some bands out today. So the band's going to be that power off press. So a good band strength is what you're going to look for. Not too light, maybe a moderate to a heavier band, what you might consider moderate to heavy. We have ours hooked up to one anchor point here. Adam has one anchor hooked up over there. They're about chest height. Right around there is where you're going to want to hook that thing up to. Grab your weight, whatever that might be. So I'll let you guys get everything set up, and we'll get started in about 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
Figured out what that was. My AC joint. Well,
Yeah. What happened?
it's from punch in the back. I must have stretched them out. It's only ligaments.
So you passed that. Weird. So you press on it, hurts.
I press on it, it hurts. Stretch or roll my back and stuff.
It's time for a little break.
Yeah, right. That's what I've read, so I should leave it alone.
Yep. All right, my friends. Let's get going today. We're going to start off in a deep squat position. So we're going to go down into a squat. Nice deep squat. We'll walk it out into that push-up position. Drop down, do a push-up. Come right back up. Bend the knees as you come back in. And we'll return back into this deep squat position, okay? If the hips are too bothersome, you can always stand up from there, okay? So again, we're going to get that nice deep squat position, walk it out in that plank position, do a nice push-up, whether it's from your knees or not from your knees. Walk it back, and notice how the knees stay low. Walking it back, so now I'm in the back in that squat position, nice and tall through that chest. Okay, now again, if the hip flexion or anything else bothers you, go ahead and stand up nice and tall out of it. And that's going to be our first movement. We're going to do that one for 40 seconds. Okay, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me a second.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm Apple challenged.
All right, guys. I lied. We're going to start in 5 seconds now. 4, 3, 2, let's go. Time is going. Squat it. Walk it out. Give me a nice little push-up. Bend those knees as you come back into that little beast position. Chest up nice and tall. Own that position at the top. Walk it back out. Nice little push-up. Walk it back in. Hold it for that moment. Walking it out. Another push-up. Walk it in. Walk it back out. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish out your last breath. Nice. Hopefully you're getting a little warm from that. Whew. We're going to do a little lunge, right leg only. We're going to do a forward lunge, okay? We're going to go lateral lunge with that right leg leading into a reverse lunge with that right leg. And then we're going to go left leg. Left, forward, lateral, into that reverse, okay? And again, we're going to do that for 40 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's start with that right leg. Step forward, drop that knee about an inch from the ground. Drive off that front foot. Step out, butt goes back, chest goes forward. Drive off that outside leg. Once we go to that back, we're going front left, lateral left, reverse left. Now let's go back to that right.
If you're able to, show us that side view. Show us that side view. Thank you, Allison.
3, 2, 1, and rest there, my friends. Good. We're just gonna go to a nice side plank position. Nothing fancy. Elbow's gonna go underneath the shoulder. You can bend the knees. Choose how you want to do it. We did something like this Friday. So I don't know if you have any surprise guests. We all know how to do side planks. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Just holding up for 20 seconds. Just 20 seconds. When that 20 seconds hits, we're gonna flip and go to the opposite side for another 20 seconds on that side. Now, if you're buttoned backward and shoulders are against the wall, that's how you want your spine to be. You shouldn't roll too far backwards, too far forwards. Find that happy medium place for yourself where it doesn't bother your back. Good. Set that hip down. Swivel to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Let's come on up to the other side. hold that position. Try to take that top hand, you can go on your hip, you can go on your obliques, but try not to put it on the floor. If you're putting your hand on that floor, then maybe we have to bend that bottom knee or bend the top both knees, but just make it so this top hand isn't doing much. 3, 2, rest. Good. We're gonna stand up nice and tall from there. Shed some layers as we go through this. We're gonna roll through this one 3 times, and we're gonna keep going after that. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get in that nice deep squat position. Walk those hands out in that plank position. One nice push up. Bend those knees as you come back in. Hold that bottom posture. Just try to sit between those feet. Walk it out. Hold. Press up. And just pause at these positions here. Pause here. Small pause in that plank. Push up. Another pause. Walk it back. And sit in here nice and deep again. Let those hips just kind of open up as we go through this motion.
Doing good, everybody.
Good. And rest. Take that short breather. Big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to get through 2 cycles on each side. Twice on the right, twice on the left. And that'll be about our time. In 3, 2, let's start with that right foot. Big step forward, drive off that leg. Step out to that right, come on back. Again, if you need to show us that 90-degree angle, if you haven't done that for us yet, just turn sideways for us. Do a 90-degree turn. And so you're doing a different side than you were showing us earlier. Just so we can take a quick look at you. Making sure those lunges look fantastic. Then I'm gonna go one more time around on each side. I'm gonna say one more time around the horn just because, bring back old stuff. Last one for me here, and rest. Big breath in. Big breath out. We're coming down to our sides. Big breath in. Another big breath out. 5, 4, 3. Toes up towards the nose. Let's bring that hip up. Just holding that plank position. Again, if you're unsure of where that body should feel, put your butt back, shoulders, everything nice and close to that wall, and it should not go back behind that wall, right? Good, set it down, let's swivel. Let's go to the other side, 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. All right. Taking a short break again. We'll rip through all that stuff one more time. We'll break out our dumbbells and our other fun toys that we have. Bands and whatnot in our bodies. All right, here we go, my friends. In 5 seconds, let's get back to our position where we can get in that nice deep squat position. 3, 2, last time with these. Nice deep squat. Hold that position. Sit down as low as you can. Get those hands to the floor. Walk it out in that plank. Tap that chest all the way down. Give it that nice little push up. Walk it back in. Bring that chest up nice and tall. Now, if you want, even when you come back into that nice deep squat position, I've been cheating a little bit and pushing my elbows out against my knees just to get a nice little extra stretch from my groin. But, you know, I like it. And that's all I'm doing. Little extra stretch of the groin. A quick one. 3, 2, rest. Nice work, you guys. You guys are crushing it. I'm too easy on you. All right. I'm going to go 90 degrees. I'm turning my hips facing a different wall so you can see me do it at 90 degrees. In 3, 2, 1. I'm going to leave my left leg this time forward, driving off that front leg. Stepping out, butt goes back, chest goes forward, driving off that outside leg. Stepping back, come right back up. We're going to go twice with each leg. So 6 repetitions per leg. Just take your time. Work on getting low and then pushing out of it. Getting low, standing out of it. And that's good for me. Perfect. 40 seconds. Look at that. Big breath in, big breath out. We're going to go to that side plank position in just a moment. 20 seconds per side. Last time. 5 seconds. Toes go to the nose. 3, 2, elbow under that shoulder. Bring that hip up. Reach that ceiling or put it on your hip. Or put it on the other side where you feel those little peaks fire.
Okay, Allison, with some ab weights. Very nice.
Ooh.
Dumbbell on her hip.
Does she?
Yep.
Hey,
Sitting nice and close here, watching.
love it. Good, hip down, switch sides. 3, 2, 1, up. Hold it. Nice work, come on, keep those hips up. Fight through it. 3, 2, rest. Excellent, my friends. Take a short break. We'll take about a minute off before we get going again. A minute and a half. Let's see how long it takes me to talk through this stuff. All right, choose a weight. You can do 1, you can do 2 weights. It's up to you. If you have 1, it's going to be the same idea. We're going to do that lateral step. We've done this before. I'll show you the front view. We'll frame our shins with our forearms, keeping our spine nice and long. Oops. Get a nice row at the bottom. Come back up. Okay? We'll go back down to that side. Get a nice row. Now, if you had 2, obviously it's going to be a lot harder on that leg as well. But you're also going to get more reps on your rows as well. So if you have 2 dumbbells, that's what your motion is going to look like. Okay? We're going to go for 8 repetitions there. We'll go to the other side. 8 repetitions here. Now, if you have very light weights, you go 8 to 10, whatever your body's feeling like. Okay? So 8 to 10, I'll give you that little rep range there. The next one we're going to do, keep 1 or 2 weights with you. We're going to go into a renegade row. Okay? Now, if you don't want weights, that's okay. We're going to that plank position, wide stance on those legs. We're really not driving that elbow right by those ribs, but locking those hips in so they're not tilting, they're not shifting. Replace that hand, drive that elbow right towards those ribs, right next to that side. Now, with the weight, it's going to look like this. Weight goes in the middle of my chest. I row, set it back down gently, put my hand down, row, gently, right? Or last time with the doubles, you're gonna put both hands on top, row right, row left. But the real job is to really keep those hips from moving. So that is the goal. Doesn't matter if you have a weight or not. The technique is locking those hips in and not letting them move. Finally, the last movement, We'll be with our power press, creating enough tension on that band. Hands will be about chest height. Okay, walking away from that anchor point. Where makes it challenging for those obliques that are closest to that anchor point? Now, I'm always going to try to keep my hands in the middle of my chest as much as possible, right? And so we're going to work it out. 1, 2 steps. Oh, pretty darn challenging to hold that position where everything is lined up, shoulders not leaning over, okay? Nice and tall. I'm going to take 1, 2 steps back. Easy. 1, 2. More challenging. 1, 2. Okay? So everything is going to be in the rep range of 8 to 10 repetitions. 8 to 10 repetitions there. Okay, we got 3 rounds of it all. So hopefully I answered all your questions. If not, holler at me, holler at them. Let us know. Okay? All right, that's our time. 1 or 2 dumbbells, lateral lunge, row. Okay, lateral lunge, row. You're going 8 per side. Here we go. 5, 4. Let me give myself a nice wide A-frame stance, toes pointing forward. I'm gonna drop my hips back, frame that shin with those arms, and give myself a nice row. Come back up nice and tall on top. If I have 1, I'm gonna go back to that same side. Row. There's 2. I'm gonna show you side view now. 3. Back into the top. 4. Hips back, chest forward, nice and long from that locked spine. 6, 2 more. 7. Still trying to bring those shoulder blades together at the top. And 8. Good, we're gonna go to the opposite side. Big breath in, big breath out. Hips back, chest forward. Drop it down, frame it. Stand tall out of it. Toes pointed, facing me. Or just facing straight ahead, forward as much as possible.
Nice work, everybody. Looking just like Pete.
There's 4. Remember 8 to 10, depending on your weight, depending on your conditioning too. 6. Take time for that movement. Don't rush it. 1 last one. Okay. Awesome. So now on that renegade row, hold that top position. Even if you don't have a weight, try to hold that top position, locking those hips in. Okay? Tap it down, switch it, hold that position for just a moment, and then back down. Really trying to keep those hips pointed towards that ground. All right, come on down the floor with me, my friends. When you're ready, 8 to 10 rows per arm. 8 to 10 per arm. We're gonna alternate them. In 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll show you how narrow my hands are right now. They're not very wide. They're just inside of my shoulders. This creates more stability for me. It's an easy hack to make the game a little bit easier, right? I'm gonna pause, set it back down. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, you've done a lot of these, bring those hands out just slightly a little wider, maybe an inch or 2, and you'll see how much harder it is to lock those hips in. Drive those elbows right up by those ribs. Thinking about hitting my elbow to my hip. Pause at the top. Set it back down gently. Last one here for me. arm wrestling. Nice work, you guys. Standing up. Standing up now. Once you're done with your reps, grabbing your band, it's moderate to heavy band. So moderate to a heavy band, okay? So when I start, everything's lined up. I look like I'm standing up nice and tall, just my hands right there by my belly and my chest. So I'm gonna give a soft bend in those knees. Step right, step left. Step right, step left. Right? Step left, step right for 2 steps. So as I come out here, it should be a lot more challenging. So I'll press out. I'm gonna reach towards you. Now it makes my obliques fire more. Now the hands are away from my center of gravity. I'm gonna step right, step left, step right, step left. Still trying to maintain that same form and not leaning too far. All right?
What kind of alternate exercise could I do? Like not with the bands.
You don't have bands?
I
You can
do,
go
but
to a door frame. Go to a door frame, Sylvia, and push your hands against that door frame. Same position, arms out in front of you. And you're gonna think about pushing into that door frame, but you're not gonna move, right? It'll still make those obliques fire.
okay.
All right, so you just push for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax for a second or 2. Then push again, and you're gonna do that 8 to 10 times. All right, my friends, here we go. Stop bending those knees, push those hands out in front of you. 2 steps out to the right, 1, 2, good. Hold that position for a second, come on back, 1, and 2. It's nice to have a mirror in front of me too. And that helps me to see myself and give me a quick visual feedback, right? 1, 2, 1, 2 for 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. Deceivingly challenging. I'm going to shift my hips back slightly because it's going into my low back. So just a little shift by dropping my hips back will help me engage my abs a little more. Good. Take a breather from there. Once you're done there, you go 8 to 10 on the opposite side. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. 1, 2. Back. 1. Now, 1 more for myself. All right. Awesome. Woo. We're going to take 30 seconds off. Then we get to those lateral lunges and rows. Ten seconds, my friends. Shoot. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, wide stance goes nice. Give me that nice A-frame. Drop those hips out, frame that chin. Row. Oh, there's my row. Come right back up. We're gonna stay that same side. Keep those toes pointing towards me as much as possible. Or if you're facing a wall, keep your toes pointed facing that wall as much as possible. And again, you have 8 to 10 of these per side. Whew. For me, I'm left-sided hamstring. A little more today. All right, there's 8 on one side. I'm going the opposite side. Frame it, row it. Try it. Six. You guys did a great job. Keep it up. Nice job, Sylvia. 8 for me. Whew. Nice work, Denise. Nice, Allison. Well done. Little breather before we go to those renegade rows. You guys know how to do them. Now you have 8 to 10 per arm. I'm going to come and watch for a moment. You guys are starting in 5. Get down in those plank positions. 4. Come on down, my friends. 3. Wide stance of those legs. Let's go. Lock those hips. Move those arms. Nice. Beautiful, Allison. Well done, Denise. Sylvia, look at you go, my friend. Awesome. Nice job being focused on locking that core in before we move those arms. That's the key. The anti-rotation for now. Good work. That's it. Now, if you start feeling those hips start shifting a lot more, maybe we take a few extra breaths, maybe 5 breaths. Getting your body that oxygen that it needs, because you're plenty strong enough to make it happen at the very beginning.
For me, it's my hands. My hands
Or
are,
the wrists, right?
yeah.
Now, you're not using a weight. You can always go down to your forearms and do that same idea, right? If you're not using a weight, you can always go to the forearms in that plank position too. All right. When you're done, we're standing up nice and tall. I'm going to watch you guys do those power walkouts, okay? So we're going to get going. Find your bands. Standing up in 5. So you're going to push against that wall for a 5 count, and you're going to do that 8 to 10 times. Count slow. Here we go. 3, 2, hands in the middle of that chest. Extend them out. Walk 2 steps away from that anchor point. There you go. Keep reaching those hands out. Good. Make sure your body's about a 90-degree angle away from that anchor point. There you go. Thank you. You know who I'm talking to. Good. Good. That's it, Denise. Yeah. I know you're very close to that other beam. So even try to hit your hands, the backside of your hands to that beam, keeping those hands in the middle of that chest. Because when you get close to that beam, you want to let your hands go this way. Keep them here. Keep them right there in the middle. Yep. Yeah, you're not going to bump it. That's it. 8 to 10 per side. You should really feel it light up. And those obliques should be a good challenge for you. And if 2 steps is too far, you just do 1 good step. Big breath in, my friends. Big breath out. We're going to go in about 15 seconds. Let everything relax for a moment. 15 seconds. Give yourself those breaks. Okay? Allow yourself 15 seconds. Big breath in. Big breath out in 5, 4, 3. Pack those shoulders back and down. Walk it out. 2 steps. Should always end up where we started or very near where we started and end in the same spot too, as much as possible. It's lovely. Good. Good, Allison. Nice job adjusting those legs too. Good work. Nice. Woo. Woo-wee. Yeah, my friends. Little breather. Okay, 49, all right. So we're gonna stop there. Those will be our exercises for that little block. We're gonna move on quickly for 2 exercises, 2 times. Okay, 2 exercises, 2 times. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna continue to use our band. And so for Sylvia, I'm gonna give you something slightly different to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're probably bored about pushing against the wall. But I hope you can still feel it in like those obliques when you push.
Yeah, I went into that other room where I have my band.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
like I don't have it in this room.
Okay. So we're going to continue to work the obliques today, and we're going to get your biceps flowing. Okay. So we're going to get a little bicep curl in today, and you're actually going to go to about 12 to 15 repetitions, depending on your weight, right? And we're gonna think about palms up, and think about turning those pinkies in towards your shoulders. Now put your hands on your bicep, press on it, turn your thumb up, what happens to your bicep? Turn your pinky in, far, and you'll feel like that little muscle in here start to fire a bit more. And so we're gonna think about palms up, turning those pinkies in, palms up that whole way, right? Do a nice little curl here, and this nice squeeze at the top. Come back down slow, just as much as we do on the way up, way down. So we're gonna work on your beautiful muscles right now, the beauty muscles. All right, so 12 to 15 of those curls, and then we're gonna come right over here. Find that nice little position here. We're gonna go to more of an athletic position into a rotational movement now. Okay, so with your bands, we're going to reach towards that anchor point and swing away, right? Notice how I pivot off that back leg too, as if I'm going to throw something, right? Or if I was going to punch, right? We're going to roll that hip and then push. And if you put both hands on, it's going to look like this, right? You can roll it into a golf swing. You can throw it as a tennis swing. Anything you want, just to involve that hip and also rotating through that corner. All of a sudden we goes anti-rotation. Now we want to move into more of that rotating movement, okay? So again, working on those obliques, getting that hip, getting everything else in fire as well. All right, 2 rounds, curl, 12 to 15, my friends, palms up, and 3, 2, 1. Let's go, curl it. Palms up, all the way back down to that bottom position. Try to come all the way back down, full extension. So that's the hard part from that bottom up. Once we get about 90 degrees, it gets pretty darn easy from there. It's that initial position. That's why you'll see some people bands. They'll put their bands on their hands too, and it makes that tension a lot more challenging from the bottom all the way to the top. Keep going, we're gonna take a quick look. 12 to 15 of those. There you go, nice, thank you for that side view. There it is, good. Nice and long through that spine. Should be challenging towards the end of that repetition, okay? Should be a good challenge for you towards the end, like that 12th or your last 2, I should say. How about whatever your last 2 are going to be? If you're like, oh, I could have done 10 more of those, well, that's a good indication that you're probably a lot stronger than you are. All right, shake those arms out. Go grab your band. Get a good tension on there. Get a decent amount of tension. You don't want it to like its fullest contraction limit. We're gonna work on like pivoting this leg and always returning to about hands in the middle of that chest. Push out, push away, push, pivot off that back leg, swing away. Slow on that way back in, fast on that way out. Think about maybe a racket with that ball, baseball, could be swinging your golf clubs, whatever that's going to be. 12 to 15 swings on one side, 12 to 15 on the opposite side. Now finish the hands right in the middle of that chest again. Don't let it reload all the way out here quite yet. We're going to return back to the middle, hit out. Control it back in, hit it out on the way out. Hands return back to the middle of that chest. Good, don't reach that anchor point yet. Stop in the middle with your hands right here, Sylvia.
Okay.
Stop right here. And then swing away. And then return back to that spot. Yes. And back in. Return back, hands facing forward. Keep tension on that band. You too, Allison. Keep your hands, so instead of twisting towards your anchor point all the way, start here, hit, return here. Yes. Good. So trying to keep tension on that band a little longer. That's it. Beautiful, my friends. Good. Push off that outside foot. Use that hip to help come back and around. That's it. 12 to 15 per side. And we're going to take a very, very short break once you're done. And we're going to roll right back into those bicep curls. Excellent. Swing, controlled on the way back in. Quick on the way out, slow on that way back in. Try to return those hands right back to the middle of your chest, Allison. Yep, keeping tension there. If that's too hard, you take a half a step closer to your door. Yep. Should feel it right in through here. Yep, that's the area. Good. All right, once you're all done, grab those dumbbells. Last time those curls in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm mobile.
Yeah, I'm like.
Good. Pinkies in. Good. So we're thinking about pulling those pinkies out away from each other, right? That very top position. Good. 12 to 15. Make it very challenging for those last couple. Get a nice little focus on there. There you go. Good job. Control it on the way down. Now, if you start to notice you're starting to swing and leading with that pelvis, take an extra breath. You're plenty strong enough, right? Plenty strong enough. You might have to take a few extra breaths at the bottom, right? And then get to those curls again. So we're keeping it just those biceps. Nice. Good adjustment, my friends. Slow on that way down. Yep. Good. Woo! Excellent. Walk over to your bands. No big breaks. We're going to finish this out. Once you're all finished, you have 12 to 15 swings. Remember, starting with your hands in the middle of your chest, just like we did those Parallops earlier. We're going to swing away, return back to that middle. Control it on the way back in. Yeah, resist against it. Swing, pivot off your left foot. Yes, there you go, Allison. Pivot and swing. That's it, good. As if we're going to push that away, using that left hip to help you get through it. And that's where that power is going to be produced, from that floor, through the hips, through the core, all the way to those arms. That's the movement. Excellent. Good. Nice, Denise. Stop right back in the middle of your chest, kind of how we did those Pallof presses earlier. Start here, swing, hit away, return back slowly to that middle. There you go. Now hit away. Nope, don't go towards your door again. Stop there. Yeah. So start in the middle. Face me. Hands towards me. Good. Swing. Swing that way. All the way. Good. Now return back to the middle. Now go back out and swing again. Good. Back to the middle and swing. Good. Now you're going to pivot off your outside right foot, Denise. Yes, that's it. Good. Pivot off that right foot again. Make that hip work. Good. That's the motion. Perfect. That's the motion. Well done. Yes, perfect, my friends. Good. I'll sign you up for a team. You're going to Top Golf. Guaranteed you guys will hit the ball way better than me. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Once you're done, grab your water. You're still finishing up. Take your time. I'm going to put a couple weights away and I'll be right back. All right, looks like we're all done. Coming on back, guys. We're gonna go to a child's pose position. So sit your bottom back on your heels, wide stance on those knees, and we're gonna reach. So we're gonna walk our hands all the way to that left-hand side. Feel a nice stretch on those lats. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to slowly walk it over to the opposite side. Find that nice stretch on those lats. And we just use those quite a bit. 1, 2, 3. Slowly walk to the other side. So you can't go much further. Let the head drop. Hold 1, 2, 3. Walk it back. With that head and chest drop down to the floor again. We're going to walk it back to each side one more time. Holding 1, 2, 3, and back over. All right. Now we're going to come up just slightly from here. So I'll show you a 45-degree angle. I'm going to use my right arm. I'm going to thread the needle between my knee and my forearm. Reach, get my ear to the ground, and reach so I get a nice little lat stretch again. Let my ear touch the ground, hold it for 1, 2, 3. Come on back up. We're going to thread that needle between this forearm and that opposite knee. Reach to the wall. You can bend this elbow so you get your shoulder to the floor. You can actually push away to help open up just slightly. And then pull it back in. We go 3 times per side. Reach. And when I'm here, I'm going to think about pushing the ground down here to open up my chest while I reach with this hand here. Come on up, let's switch. Reach. Push with the hand that's on the floor. Come back up, one more time to each side. Reach. Open that chest up. And then back, last time over here. Reach. Okay. We're gonna go a little frog stretch from here. So come back into this position. Hands are gonna go outside of my feet. And I'm gonna press my elbows out against my knees for a nice little groin stretch. I'm gonna sit into it. And then I'll back off of it. And I'll push again. Get a nice stretch in that groin. And then back off of it. And then push. Back off it. Push. Come on off it. One more time. Push. And we're sitting on our butts. We're going to go to that nice pigeon pose position. Get a nice little stretch on the glutes. We're going to bring that chest down. Hold that stretch. Get a nice stretch in the glutes. We'll come back up slowly. Go to the other side. Then up, switch. Chest comes up, switch back to the other side. Again, if you like any of these stretches, you're more than welcome to stay on them a bit longer. Whatever your body needs, up and switch. Last time over here. Awesome. All right, my friends. Nice work today. Got some pulling motions in, got some curls, you got some rows. We got a lot of core work done today. So I hope you guys feel all right.
Yeah, I feel even more sore now. Just like,
You're welcome.
thank you. No, it's all good. I'm just, it just like woke up like the soreness.